Hey, in this video, I'm going to walk you through how you can pull up your own transaction details inside of Market Insights. Now, if you're brand new to Model Match as a loan officer, this is a perfect first step. Let's go into Market Insights. Let's see exactly what Model Match has related to our NMLS ID. We can pull up all of our past loans that way. You can do that in any date range. It's also fantastic if you want to go ahead and rebuild your database. Maybe you made a transition to a new lender recently. Let's look at all those past transactions. Let's get them into Excel. Maybe we go a level deeper. Maybe we use borrower insights to get interest rate, current equity position, balance, percentage, property valuation. We can do all of that directly inside of our transaction report in Market Insights. So let's take a look at how we can do that. Now, I'm inside of Market Insights in my Model Match account. I click on this icon right here on the navigation menu. If you open the menu up a little bit, you can see that a little bit better right there. We're going to click on that. That takes us into Market Insights, and all we have to do is just type in that NMLS ID right here in the search bar. We're going to click on Originators, and we're going to find our name in the list, and let's click on that to open up our volume report. Now, number one, we're going to come up here to the top. We're going to click on Transactions. That's going to load up all of your transactions in whatever date range that you have applied. So let's look up right here in the top right hand corner. You can see the date range that I currently have applied, and if you click on that, you can see all of the available date ranges that you can have access to. Okay, so 12 months, 14, 6 months, 18 months, you have year to date, you have all time. That goes back to 2017, shows you that entire report all in one go. You have fiscal years, which is awesome to have. And then of course you have custom date range. This is perfect if you want to get very specific on the date ranges that you want to pull transactions in. So if you made a recent change to a lender and you want to go back between a very specific point in time, well, don't let us box you in with those date ranges. Use custom date range and get specific with that. We'll load up all of those transactions right here in front of you, and there's a ton of detail. It may help if I come over to table settings right here in the top right. Let's click on that. These are all of the columns, and I can rearrange them and I can turn certain ones on or off, but let's take a look at what comes back. Tons of stuff, right? We have transaction date, mortgage, borrower status. Do they still own the home or did they move on, right? We can see sold price, down payment. We have LTV in here as well. You can see who you were sponsored by at the time of the loan. You can see if it was brokered, who the lender was, the buyer name, the address, right? You can see literally a ton of information on a transaction report. Now, what I really love about transaction reports and Market Insights is that you can also export these details. So if you come right up here, you can see the export button. And if I click on export, I can export directly to CSV or Excel. That's just standard out of the box. So if I'm using a different tool to analyze all my past transactions, right, outside of Model Match, well, I can do that. I can just export that to CSV or Excel, whatever is easier for you. It's nicely formatted. I can import that to a BI tool. I can do additional analysis on that. Now, I do want to point out something on the table that is really, really important for you as a loan officer to know about your borrowers, and that's borrower status. Borrower status is going to show you whether or not that borrower still owns the home, or if they're previous, they may have moved on, right? Maybe they sold that property and they moved on. So it's a really great way to see, number one, my past borrowers, who still owns those properties, but then more importantly, are there any of my borrowers who refinanced that loan but used another originator or another lender, right? So we can see what our borrower churn is. Now, that's super important because you're going to be able to see that the amount of borrowers that maybe run off, where did they go? We can also tie this directly into borrower insights. So it gets even better. You can go another layer deep beyond the data that you see just simply right here in front of you. If you look at borrower status right here, let's click on that. You can filter this report down, let's say to current. So I'm going to click current, and this is just going to load up all those transactions where the borrower still owns the home. That's fantastic, right? We're able to narrow down our view. And then if you click get borrower insights, that's where you can make that request. You can get interest rate, equity percentage, equity balance, contact info, phone numbers, or emails for those borrowers. You can get property valuation information as well. What could the home sell for on the top end? On the low end, we'll deliver that to you in a spreadsheet, CSV, ready to go. You can import that directly into your CRM. It's super easy to do. If you don't have access to Model Match today, jump over to our website, get a free account, 14 days, totally free. You get the most recent transactions, come into your report, pull those transactions down. You can upgrade that account just to our standard plan, and that's when everything opens up. You get fully back to 2017. You're able to export those transactions directly to Excel or a CSV file. So much you could do with all of this data.